Right. So you have your job card, and on the front of your job card, it says that you are given your 5-year investment income of $2,000. So we're going to have $2,000 to invest on our investment scorecard, which looks like this. So you want to take this one out, okay, this worksheet out, and here's your investment scorecard. On your investment scorecard, you have 5 different options of places to invest, okay? So under banking, what we have as options are basically banks, okay, and insurance companies. Now what do banks do? Banks take deposits into checking and savings accounts. Okay, I want to write that down. Banks take deposits into checking accounts. Okay.
That's what we read, or do we write what you wrote?
Right, that banks take deposits. Okay. And the money goes into checking and savings. And we'll learn more about this later. Okay. And then banks also write loans. Okay. So banks take deposits and banks write loans. Not a lot of sizzle there. Banks are stable. They don't have explosive growth. They just make money by taking our deposits and giving loans to other people. So if you were to invest in a bank, it's pretty rock solid, very secure, but it's not going to skyrocket on you as far as an investment goes. Make sense? Your next option is going to be service industry. Okay? Now, service industry has hotels, restaurants, amusement parks, movie theaters, okay? So these types of companies in the service industry, let's think about what happened during the pandemic. Were a lot of people using hotels?
Mm-hmm.
No, everybody was staying home. What happened to restaurants? Were they filled? Were there lines around the block?
Mm-hmm.
No, those were empty, right? What happened to amusement parks and movie theaters?
No.
Empty. So these are businesses that provide a service, and during the pandemic they were shut down. So what do you think happened to the value of the stocks?
Way down.
Their stocks went down during the pandemic because nobody was using these. Does that make sense? Okay, let me make sure. Yeah. So as we look at these options to invest, I want you to think about big picture, what is happening? What do I understand about these? Okay? So then manufacturing, in manufacturing we have furniture. These are businesses that make furniture, like Nike shoes, okay, and apparel, clothing, furniture, shoes. What else? What do I have here? So clothes, and then machines, okay. So manufacturing, think of factories and warehouses, and they're making these things. These are goods. These are things that we buy and things that we use, okay? Technology, we have Apple, Google, Microsoft, Sony. Okay, so if you want to invest in technology stocks, Amazon, Facebook, these are the different sectors, okay? And then lastly, we have entrepreneurship. And what's entrepreneurship?
Starting your own business.
Starting your own business. So when you start your own business, is that going to be rock solid like a bank?
No.
No. A bank makes money every day. They take deposits, they write loans. Take deposits, they write loans. They are rock solid. Entrepreneurship, you could have a small startup that you put together in your basement or your garage, and it can become $1 billion company. Or it could go nowhere and you lose all the money that you invested into it, right? So entrepreneurship is starting your own business. And because you start your own business, there's room for a lot of growth.
Wait.
But there's also a lot of
I already
risk.
wrote all these down. I just added a few things on. So.
Are you upset that you took down more notes?
I put the same thing twice.
That's okay. You're gonna remember it and you're gonna learn it better. Okay? You're only helping yourself. So thank yesterday you for taking those notes. And then thank today you for taking the notes again. Good job. So these are the sectors that we can invest in: banking, service industry, manufacturing, technology, and entrepreneurship. And if you look at your sheet, we have banking, service industry, manufacturing, technology, and entrepreneurship.
Wait.
As we think of these sectors, yes,
When Mateo does it, will it be the same spins as yesterday?
it'll be the same spins. He just won't be aware of yet. And it'll be the same spins for my remote learners as well. Okay? So when we look at these different sectors of the market, like what's doing really well right now? Are hotels and restaurants doing really well? Or is machinery and manufacturing doing well? Are people buying a lot of clothes, a lot of shoes? Are sales up? What happens? What season are there a lot of purchases where people are buying a lot of things to bring home? Summer? Okay,
Christmas? Winter?
so people buy stuff during summer, but even more during Christmas. So these companies, this part of the market, is going to do better, right? During Christmas, when everybody's buying these things. When is service industry, amusement parks, movie theaters extra hot?
That one's summer.
This one's summer. So it's seasonal, you understand? Okay? Now, when you look at these sectors, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. Number 1, what do I know about these sectors? If I know a lot about Sony, if I know a lot about video games, if I know a lot about technology, but I don't know a lot about banking, then I might feel more comfortable investing in technology. Okay? If I got my advanced degree and I am an advanced lab technician, and I know that this new technology is coming out and it's going to explode the industry because we're going to make advances in helping people get healthier and stuff. So I'm going to invest in technology because I don't know a lot about service industry. I don't know a lot about manufacturing, but I know a lot about technology because of my degree. So I'm going to invest in that. Okay? Does that make sense? So I want you to think of what do I know and what makes sense to me. You can also look at service industry and manufacturing. You could say, well, just by looking around, when we think of fast food, what is a fast food chain that's super popular right now? Like super popular.
McDonald's?
McDonald's sells a lot, right? They're not newer. Is McDonald's hot, like as far as popular, or just a lot of people go consistently? It's almost like a bank, right? Like they're gonna make burgers every day. Burger King's kind of in there.
Mid, right?
Okay, they're mid right now. They sell chicken, guys.
Popeye? KFC?
KFC, Popeyes,
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty
So if somebody says, do you want to go to Chick-fil-A or McDonald's? What's your friend gonna say?
Yeah.
They're gonna say yeah?
What?
They're gonna say, yeah, let's go to McDonald's? Or they're gonna say, let's go to Chick-fil-A. They're gonna say, let's go to Chick-fil-A. So,
I'm saying McDonald's, though. I don't know.
so you look at trends and you look at where the money is being spent, where you see a line out the door, okay? So that's how you can better understand these. Next, I want you to ask yourself, what do I like, right? So if you like a lot of cool toys or cool video games that are out and you know that they're hard to buy, there's a lot of demand for it, then you know that that's an area that you may want to invest in. And lastly, what makes me feel more comfortable as an investor? If you put your money in banking services, there's not a lot of sizzle. Is it going to grow really fast? No. In entrepreneurship, this business could grow 10 times, it could grow 1,000 times. So there's a lot of growth. But there's also, you could lose it all. In banking, you're not going to lose it all. You could lose a little, but most likely you're going to gain a little. So you have to think, am I comfortable with, I don't want to lose any money at all. I don't want to risk anything, so I want to be on the safer side. Or, let's risk it all because I want to get that big score. I want to get as much as possible. Okay, now it's not this or that. It can also be a balance. I'm going to do a little bit in here, and I'm going to do a little bit in here, and I'm going to sprinkle the other money of my investment portfolio into these. Okay, so you can do a mix. Yeah.
So when we get the $4,000 Tuesday to invest?
So in round 2, you'll get more money to invest. If you get an education, you get more money and you get more money to invest.
I have an advanced degree by round 2.
Yeah, so then you'll get more money to invest.
So $400K.
So you'll get advanced degrees $400K, okay? The first degree first, which is $200K, and then the advanced degree.
So I'm making $200K right now.
Not yet. You're still making $100K. We're still in round 1. We haven't finished round 1. Okay? So as we look at this sheet, Mateo, you have $2,000 to invest. I want you to think about, look at the price, okay, of these shares. If you want to invest in banking, this is going to cost $500 per share. How much is service industry, guys? Per share?
1,000.
1,000. Perfect. And then manufacturing is 1,000. Technology is
2,000.
2,000. And then entrepreneurship is
2,000.
$2,000. So you have $2,000 to invest. If you get one share of technology, you don't have any more money to invest. That swallows up the whole thing. Or you could invest, half in service industry and you have $1,000 left over. You can put the other half in manufacturing, or you could get 2 shares of banking, okay? Or you could do 4 shares of banking, but then you don't have anything left to mix into your portfolio. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Now, 1 share of banking is $500. 1 share of service industry is 1,000. What is a share? A share is a piece of a company. So I want you to think of a company like this. So there we go. So if I were to take a company and I broke it up into a bunch of little pieces, okay, you might buy 2 shares of this company. So you own these 2 shares. And you might buy 1 share. So you own this share here. You might buy 2 shares as well. Okay? So now these shares are taken up. Everyone else in the public has access to buy these shares. So when the value of a company during Christmas, right? During Christmas, manufacturing, sales, when the value goes up, everyone that shares ownership, when you share ownership.
So how do we know what time of year it is?
Well, in this game, we don't have a time of year. I just want you to think of, we're combining the game and I'm giving you information about the real world, okay? But so when you share ownership, if the value of this goes up, then everyone that shares in this, their shares, their stocks go up as well. So shares are also called stocks, okay?
So for entrepreneurship, is it investing in someone else's business or like you start your own business?
So it could be either, okay? Either way, it's a brand new business, So either you're choosing to invest in your friend's business or you're starting your own business. Okay? So this is what we need to get started, and then there's a separate video on how to do the calculations.